Hello there. Today, I would like to share with you another experience I had and connect it to verse 7 from Spanda Karikas, chapter 3, part 3, 3-7, let's say. Let's start reading that first, and the English version. So I won't go into the commentary, but mostly I'd like to connect it to my personal experience because this part, chapter 3 part, once you want to reach to that part, then you will be able to read the commentary yourself. Uh, the first parts we can read, the third part is reaching to the third part means the third part has reached to you. But the translation of the verse in English is, just as all knowability, etc., in respect to the body occurs when it is pervaded by that spanda principle. Even so, when the yogi is established in his essential self, he will have omniscience, etc., everywhere. Just as all knowability, etc., in respect of the body occurs when it's pervaded by that spanda principle, even so, when the yogi is established in his essential self, he will have omniscience, etc., everywhere. So this first part of the sentence and the second part of the sentence is an equivalence, in short. And that means to say that the discovery of the body is inevitable, and the body can be discovered through this body can be discovered when the physical body, through the micro body, is a reflection of the cosmos, and you can discover it the way you can discover this body. Perhaps it's an easier method of discovery of different parts. You can travel through meditation, but you can also travel through meditative movement practices, and really unfolds secrets. And this movement does not occur in time, so it is possible that what you would call a future can be visible in a past. So that can also bring many healings into the past. And thus we, through the experience of that, an experience which comes only from embodiment, is a non-dual experience. So that's how also one can, in brackets, travel in time. Because when it comes from the place of a timeless place, then there's not really, it's not really a happening like traveling in time as fantasized in movies, which is beautiful because that also cherishes the imagination, and that I see also essential. But the important is not, it can be not danger, the danger to it is that when, just like words, the suggestion can be taken one-to-one, because it is usually where using words brings usually many misunderstandings, although people are telling the same thing in a sense, just for the sake of some of them are just for the sake of the fight, they make advantage of such misunderstandings, and others do take words literally. Words are never for themselves. They appear from through a sound that has made our existence, our breathing, all music. It's the same sound. So the words are actually coming from a very silent place. Once, when I was a child, I had a dream, and in this dream, I met a being, and this was a very okay. I don't need to tell you the size, but the communication happened in silence, and I was a bit scared, but I was kind of frozen um, because of being a little bit scared, but not very scared, but a little bit scared because I could feel that this energy is a indifferent kind of energy. So there was not the kind of humanly no melodramas in it and no anger in it, nothing. So there was not this type of overblown emotions. So there was a communication that could come from a mouth, and that's why also I was zoomed into the mouth. So that was a dream, but an unforgettable dream because of the experience, and it delivered something because of me not forgetting it. And so the way it has been delivered without words, because it could not be delivered by words, and the same way one can be the carrier of such self-manifested appearances from self to self, through which knowledge can be carried then in vacuity. Thus, there is no movement, but that is movementless movement then. All right. So the same way you can do certain practices of asana, that which appeals to you by day, and something you can keep if you like for yourself that you always do methodically, but in a sense that you can apply the outlines of it, okay, so that you can move through it by the creativity of that day. That means with the music of the day within yourself, which is perhaps also comes from the breathing, but tuning in to the loosely set outlines, which are some kind of a building, let's say, so just breadcrumbs, and you can build each time a new discovery of through the musicality of that movementless movement, which you are moving also by using the physical body once doing asanas, but not a fixation of achieving something. Thus, once you go there, that fixation of an achieving something, then you won't be able to be creative, and that is not that there. From there you land into the land of the duality. It is not so much advised because it will not be easy to come out of it. And so how you do that every time, thus you can visualize is not perhaps the correct word, but by being it. So that is a kind of so you can be it, and that you can call, perhaps you can be you might be a flower. All right, so for each movement you can be a flower. You can see it like that, and that works. Or you for each movement that's a simpler thing. You might The basic thing you can do is that you are the carrier of the sky, and you are all the earth. So all of the earth is you and the carrier of the skies. So, and uh, your heart leads the path. So this is a cue for asana movement. And from there you can, so you recharge, let's say, fuel. Actually, you use the body like your spaceship, okay? And from there, you make each time a new discovery in the body, which is like so really it's like the small version of the whole cosmos. So you make each time by enlightening certain thing. Like for my case today, one of my eye is less capable than another eye. And for the first time today, after so many years of practice, today I could put a different type of light to that eye and just focus besides the cues I have only to that eye as a background so that the whole practice could be led by that eye. And that brought me a grand, a jewel of knowledge, something I could never know, I could never meet. So complete in so much so wondrous way that I'm still somehow frozen. I got into some kind of wondrous place in the possibility, by the possibility of seeing the world completely brand new way, like as if I'm just newborn. So I'm all the time looking at things so differently, and my posture changed by that. Likewise, this is not happening only in the physical apparent world where we use these words, but the same kind of discovery is happening on other planes of being. Yet, very important learning from this also that the possibility to embody experience by being it, thus possibility to embody experience by being it is also a kind of a goddess shape, and or a godly shape or some kind of divinity, right? And thus that means that also brings about partial all pervading partial. So being God, in short, I want to say is, and goddesses, so all the avatars also that you might embody is not enough. So this is not the goal. There is no goal also in there. So if you do that, if there is a goal, then if it somehow succeeds, but that's not going to be enough, because together with that, if that would be enough, then that's from where also the word ignorance has been arises from that place of enoughness and an achievement. So that also means that you should bring light to all parts of that cosmic body by somehow finding through new discoveries which are not happening on a chronological order. This is also a prerequisite. Never lose sight of timelessness of time. When you use time, that means that is your by the free will chosen laboratory that can start have as a beginning and an end. It like some definitions of perceptions of life. So when life is perceived as with a beginning and an end, that type of life, then that is also a laboratory. What to do in that laboratory? What is important is in that laboratory, one creates an image of the self which is authentic. Your own self is authentic. Your own life is authentic. So your life is a gift to be gifted as a work of art of your own unique beauty. So to who do you give that? If you have someone to give to, that is your teacher. And but then you meet your teacher uh, as so I had a beautiful picture of my niece and myself, and I looked at it, and then I had a moment of after that I was walking in the woods, and I had a moment of meditation once, walking, I think, but then so you can immerse when you're in the woods into the light of the reflections on the green, and from there you may one may also find beautiful teachings. So there came this poetic title of for that photograph I had. Uh, Also, I related to that photograph, but I also saw an image of a row of teachers, and then I put a title to that. I said my first student is my last teacher. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.